All right, looks like we're live. Yeah, no, they don't have your name, Grasshopper. Hold on. What is this playing? Okay. No, they don't have your name, but they like the Grasshopper. They're like, what? Some guy named Grasshopper? Wait, so people get in here a little bit. Like I said, I'm in here just trying to answer some questions. I did take some screenshots of some questions people left. Let's see if I can pull them up. So this is one right here. Okay, so this person, KB Painterman. So KB Painterman says right here. He says, how many of these jobs do you come back and paint? Just curious. I do the exact same type of work as you do. Only 90% of what I do is smooth. I'm a painter by trade though, so I pretty much am always painting them. So if someone really asking how much of them do I paint? Shoot. Probably 50-50. It's probably 50-50 on the smaller jobs. A lot of people get scared to paint them. So I try to offer that in there, but I also fill out the customer. So if the customer, asking more about price, worried more about what it's going to cost and this and that, or it's small enough, I tell them, listen, get the roller pack with the tray, the roller. I can walk you through it. That's literally why I made that last video there. So that way they can paint it themselves. But probably 50-50. A lot of people get scared to paint. They just get worried about getting the right paint, painting the patch, making it blend in fine. How's it going? Fix a handyman. Appreciate you checking in. Don't mind me. Have a glass of wine. So Grasshopper says, do you keep some paint in your truck or do the customers have paint on hand? A lot of them don't have paint on hand. If they don't, and it's a small enough patch, I'll still do my minimum charge to come back, and I'll charge them for the paint. And I just work that time in when I need to get material or go get paint. I'll work that time in to pick up the paint. If they have the paint, that's great. Or I'll say, lately I've been kind of saying this, if I can't make time to go get paint, I'll say it's maybe my minimum charge, but you have to get the paint or have the paint. So Fernando says, how much do you pay for subcontracting work? What do you mean? How much do I charge people to be their subcontractor, or how much do I pay for guys maybe to do work for me? But yeah, definitely probably 50-50 on the painting the patches. A lot of people here, they, especially in the nicer areas, they just don't want to mess with it at all to do work for you. I don't really sub a lot of work out, man. I do a lot of it myself. I got about 8,000, 7,500, somewhere around there booked just this week for me, just in patchwork. If I have guys that work for me, they work for me directly under me. But a lot of times, especially right now, it's just gonna be me by myself, myself, and I. Been having bad luck with guys lately. I don't know why. Actually, if you're in here and you don't have your own company yet and you work for somebody, tell me how much you make per day. I'm just curious. I'm not gonna say what I pay the guys here. I want to see what people are getting paid for here. Grasshopper says, I screwed in a piece of drywall tonight. One side got some cracks. Can I mud over it or should I start over? Depends how big the drywall area is. Is it a full sheet? Is it a patch? I would probably say that you're fine, but it obviously depends. It's a patch, yeah. I wouldn't worry about it, dude. I would mud it over, mesh it. You're fine. So someone said pay my helper 25. That's pretty good. Is that in what is it, Nebraska? Or is that where you're at? No. Minnesota, is that where you're at? Then you're going to Colorado, right? Nebraska, yeah. So 25 is pretty good. I say, but is that a helper that is like look like knows nothing and is your helper, or is that someone that knows maybe how to hang, how to put first coat on? 25 is pretty good. Okay, more. He said he has more experience than a helper, so yeah, no worries, grasshopper. So I've been starting guys at 20 that know nothing. That's like you come off the streets and you say, hey, I want to work with you and learn. I've been starting at 20. So but I want to know how much do you guys pay somebody or do you work for if you work for somebody? Okay, Fernando says, how do you charge a patch when it's like 10 or more throughout the house? So that's the interesting one. That's where it gets a little depending on your skill set and how fast. So I know some guys do $100 per patch, but like for instance on this wall back here, how are you gonna do $100 per patch if there's like 3 patches going up the wall, right? Because you can mesh them or do hang them, mesh them, mud them, texture them all at the same time. So, but most time you're safe doing $100. And then do they have the piece? What kind of texture? You know, how fast can you get it done? That's when that comes into play for me for charging that. Because I mean, shoot, yeah, I just charged somebody $600 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 7. It was 7 patches, but they had the pieces and they were all pretty close in the same area. So doing $100 per patch. I don't know if you're in here. Someone wrote me that lives in my area, and they had about 12 patches to get done, and they asked me how much would you charge, and I told them, and they said, "Oh, I'm doing $100 per patch." I said, "Go for it." So yeah. So I'm if you're wondering why I'm reading this off, it's because in the live or in the replay of this, a lot of people aren't going to see these chats. So Jose says it's going to be interesting moving to Colorado where it's mostly textured drywall. In Nebraska, 95% of drywall is smooth. Yeah, so you know why it's going to be interesting? You're going to get jobs done quicker. I think you can make more money doing textured than you can smooth because you can go in and out, 5 minute, mud it, blah, 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 texture it, get out of there. Smooth, most of the time you got to come back. I think you're going to do good out there, man. I know a painter out there that does really well. I did a whole painting course with them. So let's see. Okay. Fix a Handyman. I started my own handyman business in October. My favorite jobs have been sheetrock repair. Still doing the texture with the cans from the big box. Any pointers on using those? Yes. Huge pointer on using the can spray texture. Run it under warm water first. If you run it under warm water, shake it. I don't want to do that in the middle of the screen, but shake it, and run it under warm water. It'll break it up. Spray it over that. It loosens it up so much. Way better, especially for orange peel. For knockdown, I don't even use it for knockdown ever. Okay, so let me read these ones off. But yes, that's honestly I would stop buying those cans. Um, Fix a Handyman. I would invest in the texture guns. I mean, even get better at the hopper, but I would really probably invest in the red tail texture gun. So I know I don't know if you see me use it in the video, but man, when you get texture going like that, and you just got to go in there and go boom, 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 and pump the texture on there, and you're out. That mud can stay good in the canister for months. I've left it in there for months. It's a big investment, but if you do a lot of drywall repairs, it'll pay yourself quick. You can pay yourself back in one time. How much is a good to charge to hang up sheets of sheetrock? Need to clarify on that one, Fernando. We're talking about full sheet jobs, patchwork. Jose says, "Are you still in Arizona or California?" I'm in Arizona, so I'm from California. So I do I do go there and do work sometimes. I actually made a Google business listing in California too. But that's another story for another time. But if you're gonna use those cans, I'm telling you, run it under warm water. Just like spray paint or something, you know, to like loosen it up. Okay, Jose, that's probably a good one. Bro, what is the secret with not getting clunky mud when mixing easy in 5 minute? Sometimes it turns out fine, sometimes it's clunky. Okay, answer me this. Do you put water first, then the powder, or powder first and then the water? I'm gonna wait for you to answer that one. Powder first and the water. That's it right there. Seriously, water first, then the powder. It'll change your life. So get one of those tile sponges. You know, they're like this big. They got them in the tile aisle. Do one, put in the bucket and do one. Just a full one in your pan, and then just sprinkle the powder on there or scoop it with your 6-inch knife. It's so much better than doing powder first. Powder first. I only do powder first when I need like a little tiny bit to fix something. Do that first. It'll definitely change it. So Fix a Handyman says, I've seen you use it, meaning the Red Tail pump gun. I have a hopper, but sucks to set it up. I know it does suck. Set it up for 10-second use. So right now, my Red Tail pump gun is on the fritz. So I'm actually talking to the owner of Red Tail as we speak to get some sent in to me. I'm gonna do some videos on, you know, unboxing, setting it up, getting that started. I'm working on getting like a discount code for you guys. So, but it's definitely worth it. Otherwise, Harbor Freight hopper, totally fine. I've used that. I used that for a long time too. You just got to know when you after you texture your patch with the hopper, take some plastic, wrap around the top, tape it, and it will stay good for a while. I actually have one. I wish I could bring my camera outside. I have a hopper outside my house sitting there. It's had mud in there for a week. Jose says, you have any videos doing Santa Fe texture? No, but I'm doing Santa Fe texture on, hold on. Doing Santa Fe. I got a Santa Fe job on Tuesday. So I'm doing a Santa Fe patch Tuesday. I'm going to upload that. Fernando, the Red Tail guns, man, I believe are $400. $400 for the Red Tail texture gun. I know it's a lot, but think about compressor, right? Compressor, hopper, hose, all that adds up too. But this comes in a, you know, where's the camera? Like this much of a space to put in your trunk. I have, okay, so Jose, the Red Tail texture you're gonna have is the lowest model. I think it's $400. I don't think it's $300, but I'm talking to him right now. I'm telling him how much you guys are liking that gun. I'm trying to get like a discount code or something. So that way that way you guys can use it. Definitely worth it. Yeah, see, Fix a Handyman. I'm screenshotting that one right now. So I wanna send that to him. Fix a Handyman says that'd be great about the tutorial videos for the Red Tails. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that because you don't understand how long I've been using that for. Probably 13, 14 years I've been using that Red Tail gun. Seriously. So it's been pretty crazy. Now in Arizona, a lot of it's skip texture. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. See that? Yeah. That's it. That's the skip texture that's here. So, oh shit, let me get this. So I'm actually pretty fortunate. I don't have to have texture a lot of the times, but now that I'm here, thanks, Jose. I appreciate it, man. Now that I'm here, I only have to do the Red Tail to just go texture some things. Otherwise, when I do a whole wall, I will use the hopper. So I'm getting it's like backwards. I want to get like a shelf a shelf right here, and I want to get like the red tail gun on there and a couple of tools that I really use. And that's actually a leftover sticker from my truck wrap. They made 3 different stickers just in case they messed up one. They had one left over, and they gave it to me here. So I think it looks pretty cool. I might get something bigger. But anyone else got any questions? I'm about to switch over to the members chat. So Jose, make sure you go over to that one. Let me know. Knockdown. Fix a handyman. Yeah. The knockdown and the orange pill, perfect for the pump gun. That's gonna be your go-to for sure. Let's see, what is it? Troy Police, Troy Police 911, Savannah, Georgia. Dude, I used to live in South Carolina for a couple years. So I got family down in Athens. Appreciate the compliment, bro. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Southern Handyman Life. I like it. I think you could get off of that. So I think you could do something off of that for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm out here. Thanks everybody checking in. Have a good week. Make that money. I'm gonna do more of these. I like just hopping in here and talking to everybody. Jose, I'm going to members, dude. So switch on over. I'm gonna upload it right now. Ask me some serious questions. All right, guys. Have a good week. Peace.